Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Leah Michelle, and you are here with me for half of the day today, and this class is how to become a great communicator. I see that there are some folks that are still joining. Many of you were in listen-only mode, but I like to be interactive, so I have opened your mics so that you're able to speak if you'd like. Those of you that are joining, I will open your mics as you join the session. And I've also given you the ability to turn on your cameras if you like. It's not required. But if you would like to, you are more than a webinar has a new platform. So if you need to talk to me, if you look in the top right corner, you'll see questions where you can actually speak to me. You can put your questions in. If you use the chat button, which is right next to it, those comments are actually going to be seen by everyone. The next tab you'll see has your materials tab. You'll see like a piece of paper, an attachment. There are a couple of attachments there. One is the workbook that we'll be working through today. And then I also have, all right, now that we've gotten that out of the way, Kiana, good morning. And my name is Leah Michelle, and it's an honor to be here with you once again. And today's session is how to become a great communicator. All right? And a couple of housekeeping things. Something that you're like, I need that. Take a screenshot and then follow along throughout the day with that workbook number. This session is going to be really interactive. I'm going to be asking for lots of engagement. I am going to be working through that workbook. We should go through just about every page of that workbook today during the session. Now, you see that there are about 4 different figures on the screen. One is a box, one's a rectangle, one is a circle, one's a squiggly line, another is a triangle. One of those shapes jumps out at you, and it may not because the circle is in blue. That doesn't mean that the circle is the one that jumps out at you. What I want you to do is to actually draw that shape somewhere on your desk so that at the end of class today, you remember what shape you chose, and I'm going to ask each one of you to go to kahoot.it, communication skills. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can dig a little bit deeper into those answers. All right. Let's see how we're feeling about this. Yeah. Okay. So most of you feel that you're good communicators. All right. Very good. Few kind of uneasy. Question. I appreciate you all participating for me. That gives me a pretty good background on those that are in the class. So with regard to me, I have taught every grade from pre-K through high school, as well as on the college level. I have now switched into corporate training, or pretty much training, the adult learner, that professional. I am a best-selling author, and I've written many books, as well as taught many people on communication, from writing to presenting to improving their nonverbal communication skills. So in order for you to get the most out of your day today, I encourage you to ask me as many questions as you possibly can. Let me know what's happening in your world, in your space, that helps me to be able to help you move through particular situations and give you suggestions and recommendation. Today's class, you're going to get the most out of it if you are participating, if you are engaging in the exercises, if you're answering. Let's go ahead and dive into today's presentation. So Tiger Woods' dad, Earl Woods, he says that you never hit a shot without a target, and that each shot that you hit in your entire life, that it must have a target or it's making positive impressions on others. We're going to talk about communication being a two-way street and your role as the communicator. And now it's going to be your role because you're the educated communicator, right? You have some information that most people don't. We're going to talk about dealing with difficult behaviors and what do people say about you. Even tell it all. If you don't listen, check it off. Because when you do a self-assessment, this is where you're going to start from. You're bringing things to your conscious mind that were in your subconscious, but you're bringing them out to your conscious mind. If you need to, you can raise your hand. I'll unmute you if you need to. You know, I see that this, you might even slide a note because she's having a conversation. You might slide a note, hey, do you need to reschedule this conversation? Angela said she's going to excuse herself. I'm assuming Angela's going to excuse herself while she completes the call. And she's waiting. Do you return, Angela?
Determine the type of conversation she's having. If it's in-depth and personal, then it may be something that needs to be rescheduled. But if it's just a, blatant disrespect, I might just leave.
You might just leave just to pay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then I see Crystal saying gesture that I'll come back when done and excuse herself. Mecca, I will initially be patient with the client for at least this is strictly about you when they're communicating with you. They're asking themselves 4 questions in 4 minutes. They want to know, what do you look like? How do they see you? So think about this. If you guys heard the music playing, but my camera was off before you came into class. You heard Bruno Mars and you heard some other folks singing. And some of you, the music probably took you by surprise. But nevertheless, you were like, face-to-face communication into 3 parts: visual, vocal, and verbal. And you're going to be surprised probably by what we're going to see. So let's look at the findings. Let's look at the findings. And there we go. So our visual, this refers to what we see. Our body language, our facial expressions, and our gestures. So it's the largest piece of the pie. It's at 55%, right? So that means that more than half of what people take away from a conversation is from their nonverbal cues. So for instance, if you're nodding or you're smiling while someone is talking, you're communicating interest and positivity. Now the next area of your day. Thank you. You're welcome, Michael.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You're welcome.